Hi, everybody. Dom Tiberi here, joined by Dave Holmes. And Dave, the Buckeyes, you look on paper and you go, oh, okay, Ohio State and Purdue. Buckeyes are favored by 19.5 points. It'll just be an easy walk down memory lane, and the memories aren't so good.
Yeah.
3-5 since 2000 over at West Lafayette.
Yeah, more recently, they've lost 3 of their last 4. The last game over there was 2018. I had the pleasure of being there that night when the second-ranked Buckeyes went into West Laf and got pounded 49-20. Rondale Moore treated the Ohio State defense like a bunch of tackling cones. That was embarrassing. I mean, to lose by 29 points when you were a huge favorite. So we've seen fluky things happen over the year. Purdue, for whatever reason, is not a good team, but somehow they just rise to the occasion on these random nights and shock teams.
And they have been a thorn in the side to Ohio State. Remember, that 2018 team was coached by Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
And, who would have thunk? And he was like in disbelief that it happened. You look at Ohio State right now, and they had 26 yards total offense in the first half against Maryland. 62 yards rushing on 33 carries for the whole game. Ryan Day was peppered with questions about that. He said he learned his lesson. It looks great. You can throw for 400-plus yards, but you got to be able to run the football. And he said that he had learned his lesson. And the lesson is the weather's not going to get any better. You better figure out this running game.
Yeah, because it looked really bad. And it's easy to say Travion Henderson didn't play, but it's bigger than that. I mean, the guys up front have to do a better job. I had a chance to talk to former head coach John Cooper on the Coaches Show for this week, Game Time with Ryan Day, and he said, it's more than just that. And Jim Lachey, also former lineman who knows about blocking, said he watched and he didn't like some of the techniques. So they've got to move people up front because this Purdue team, again, they just lost to a not very good Iowa team. But for whatever reason, this is the crazy stat I read this week, that Purdue, as an unranked team, has beaten a top 5 team 18 times. No other school in the nation's done that more than 11. So this random Boilermaker team has these stupid wins against teams they have no business beating. So you can't go there and become the latest victim to just that awful Purdue night.
And I guarantee you, folks at home, Ryan Day is hammering his kids about this. And quite frankly, we're nitpicking. They're 5-0. We're nitpicking. They covered the line. They won by 20.
Over an undefeated team.
But they did not look good running the footballs.
Yeah.
And they better figure it out because, as Ryan Day even said in the news conference, with the weather, it's going to start going south, especially when we get into late October and November. And, the wind's going to pick up, and throwing the football, especially with a rookie quarterback, you win the surest way, as Coach Coop likes to say. And at Ohio State, as Ryan Day said, on first down, they should be able to run the ball and get 4 yards. And he said no one wants to run the ball more than he does. So for you folks at home, like, Coach gets it. He understands it. We can pick, I do think the fact that Travion did not play against Maryland, that was a big factor. That guy is proven to be a home run hitter. I do believe that the O-line is still gelling, and I hope they gel. When you lose the 3 guys that they lost that are now playing in the National Football League, how nice would it be if you had them blocking here? You got 3 guys out of the transfer portal that you were hoping for, but, it's free agency basically, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it's easy to nitpick, and again, Ohio State's undefeated. They just beat another undefeated team by 20. So the sky is not falling here. This is still a top 5 team. The reason you nitpick Ohio State is because college football is not like the NFL. You can maybe slip up once. You can't slip up twice. So what you do is you look at a team and you project. And right now, you say, how does Ohio State lose? How are they going to let the season fall apart? And right now, it appears to be in the trenches. And the reason that gives people shudders is because that's been the last 2 years the way they've lost. So I think that's why there's concern. So it's okay to be happy and optimistic as a Buckeye fan. You're still undefeated. Skill levels, is unbelievable off the charts. But there's reason to be concerned a little bit with what I saw against Maryland.
Here's all I know is as I look at the landscape of college football, and if we're going to say Georgia is the pinnacle, Ohio State beat them a year ago. I don't think
Georgia?
They beat them. In my mind, Ohio State beat Georgia.
You and I were at that game. I felt like the confetti fell on the Bulldogs.
I understand what you're saying, but
Yes.
they got that victory stolen from them.
Okay. All right. Different conversation.
I don't care. If Lou Holtz can say Notre Dame
Still beat Ohio State? All right, all right.
I say Georgia still got beat by Ohio State.
Okay.
And if that was not, ladies and gentlemen, if that was not targeting, there is no targeting. What
Okay.
they did to Marvin Harrison Jr.
All right.
With that said, if Georgia is the pinnacle,
Yeah.
Ohio State, I don't think there are any great teams this year. I will say this.
Yeah.
That team up north that's ranked number 2 in the AP poll, and by the way, the AP poll doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice. It gives us something to talk about. The only one we care about is the football playoff poll that comes out October 31st.
Halloween night, first one. Yep.
That's the one we care about.
Yep.
But what I will say is this. Michigan has beaten everyone the way you would think a great team would beat everyone. They've been dominant on defense. They've been dominant on offense. Now, they are playing the Otterbeins of the world. I will say that.
Haven't played anyone yet, but Michigan so far, their defense has yet to face a single first and goal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're not playing anyone, but they're sure taking care of business.
Give me a break.
I know.
Give me a break.
Haven't faced first and goals. They're
all right.
good.
Ohio State this week.
Yeah.
I think the Buckeyes are going to win.
It's me too.
And I'm going. I was close last week. I had 42-17. It was what 30.
7-17.
Yeah. So I am going with Ohio State 45, and I'm going to give Purdue just 10. 45-10.
We're done here.
Why did you?
We're done here.
Are you the same one?
45-10. That's a bad sign. I feel less sure now
No,
than I
really?
ever
You
had.
said 45?
Swear on my life, 45-10. Yeah.
We've been close.
Clip this tape, because if it ends up 45-10, Powerball, baby.
Hey,
Powerball.
if it's 45-10, we're going to open our own site.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Who gets top billing, Dave or Dom?
Oh, I think we know how that works.
Okay, thank you. He's Dave Holmes. I'm Dom Tiberi. Please keep it on 10tv.com and 10TV for all your Buckeye coverage needs. You really picked 45? It's crazy.
Yeah.